The Galactic Council's emergency beacon pulsed red across every medical station within 3 sectors. Dr. Aaron Vexler read the message twice, certain there had been a mistake. Critical request: Royal Beast Ursica critically wounded. Infection spreading. All xeno-veterinary specialists summoned to Throne World immediately. Beneath it, a second message in smaller text. 17 specialists have refused treatment. Species classified as too dangerous. Aaron stood in his cramped clinic on the mining station of Kepler 442, surrounded by the cages of creatures most veterinarians wouldn't touch. A 6-legged Drachnor hatchling with a broken wing, a venomous Silthar whose previous owner had abandoned it after a bite incident. Aaron had never turned away a patient, no matter how many teeth it had. He typed his response, "I'll come." The throne world of the Urson matriarchy gleamed like a jewel against the void, but Aaron barely noticed. His shuttle descended toward a palace that seemed carved from a single mountain, its peaks crowned with bioluminescent forests. The Ursons were one of the galaxy's apex species, 8 feet of muscle, claws that could slice through starship hulls, and a reputation for territorial aggression that made even the militant Krill give them wide berth. They were also dying out. Aaron had studied the reports during his 3-day journey. Urson birth rates had plummeted over the past century. Their young were vulnerable, their queens increasingly unable to defend both throne and nursery, and now their most sacred guardian lay dying. Queen Kesivara met him in the Great Hall, her silver fur streaked with ceremonial red clay. She towered over Aaron, her eyes, 3 of them arranged in a triangle across her broad face, fixed on him with an intensity that made his breath catch. "You are small," she rumbled in perfectly accented standard. The others were at least armored. "You wear only cloth." "Armor gets in the way," Aaron said, meeting her gaze. "And it scares the patients." Something flickered across the queen's face. Surprise, perhaps, or hope. She led him deep into the mountain through passages lit by phosphorescent fungi, past chambers where young Ursons trained in combat and philosophy. Finally, they reached a cavern that reeked of infection and pain. Ursica lay on a bed of woven vines, each breath a shuddering wheeze. She was larger than the queen, her fur a deep bronze that might once have been magnificent. Now it was matted with blood and pus from a wound that stretched across her entire flank. The infection had turned the surrounding tissue black. "She defended the nursery from krill raiders 3 cycles ago," the queen said softly. "Killed 20 before they retreated, but their weapons were poisoned. Every specialist we've summoned has declared her beyond saving. They recommend euthanasia." Aaron approached slowly, his medical scanner humming to life. Ursica's middle eye cracked open, focusing on him with surprising clarity. "Hello there," Aaron murmured. "I'm going to help you, okay? I just need to take a look." The scanner results made his heart sink. The krill poison had triggered a cascading necrotic infection that was eating through muscle and into bone. Any other species would have died within hours. That Ursica had survived 3 weeks was a testament to Urson physiology and sheer willpower. "The other specialists were right about one thing," Aaron said, studying the data. "This is beyond conventional treatment." The queen's shoulders sagged. "But," Aaron continued, "I didn't say it was beyond all treatment." He turned to face her. "I need full access to your medical facilities, a team of your best biochemists, and permission to try something that's never been attempted on an Urson before. It's experimental. It might kill her faster than the infection. And if you do nothing, she has maybe 2 days." The queen's claws extended, then retracted. "What do you need?" For 48 hours, Aaron didn't sleep. He synthesized a phage therapy using viruses harvested from Earth's own grizzly bears, creatures that shared a surprising genetic compatibility with Ursons. He combined it with nanite scrubbers from Terran military medicine and a metabolic stimulant derived from Urson honey. The other specialists watched from observation windows, their expressions ranging from skepticism to outright disdain. A crystalline surgeon had called it primitive butchery. A vaccine medical AI had calculated a 2% survival probability. Aaron injected the treatment directly into the wound while Ursica remained conscious. Her 3 eyes locked on his face. She could have killed him with a single swipe. Instead, she lay perfectly still. "That's it," he whispered. "Just a little longer." The infection began to retreat within hours. Black tissue regained color. Fever broke. By the third day, Ursaka was sitting up. By the fifth, she was walking. The Galactic Council representatives arrived to witness what they called the human miracle. But Aaron knew better as he watched Ursaka lumber out to the nursery, where a dozen young Ursans squealed and climbed over their guardian. She had survived not because of miracle technology, but because someone had finally refused to give up on her. Queen Kesvera approached him in the observation room. The specialists who refused, they saw only danger. You saw a patient. I saw someone worth saving, Aaron corrected. The Queen's three eyes studied him for a long moment. There's a reason we entrust humans with our young now, Dr. Vexler. A reason no other species understands. What's that? Because you are the only ones who look at the deadliest creatures in the galaxy and see not monsters but mothers. Not weapons but children. Not problems but patience. She placed one massive paw on his shoulder, gentle despite its potential for violence. The Ursan matriarchy formally requests that you establish a permanent clinic on the throne world. Our young need protectors. Our guardians need healers. And both need humans. Aaron looked out at Ursaka, surrounded by the cubs she'd nearly died protecting, and smiled. I accept. 6 months later, Aaron's clinic had expanded into an entire wing of the Mountain Palace. His staff included 3 other human veterinarians and a dozen Ursan assistants learning Terran medical techniques. The other species still whispered about the mad human who tamed monsters. But as Aaron performed a routine checkup on an Ursan cub, while its 3-ton mother watched peacefully nearby, he thought about a different truth. He hadn't tamed anything. He'd simply chosen to care. And in a galaxy built on strength and dominance, sometimes compassion was the most revolutionary force of all.